going to pass over now to, thank you very much once again, thank you very much. I'm going to pass over now to Ms. Letang Kekwaletswe. Now, Letang is the Capacity Development Manager at the CTO to share the lessons from the forum for the Programme for Development and Training.
Thank you very much, Chair. Distinguished guests, speakers, and participants, on behalf of the CTO, I would like to thank you for your contribution and the commitment you've shown to this event. At the CTO, we are excited and we are actually energized by the discussions that have taken place since morning. Speakers have imparted knowledge and have shared insights, and it is our hope and belief that a participant will walk away with something that is tangible, something that they can transfer and apply in their working environments. There was a statement that was made earlier, I think it was by Mr. Blanchard, about the importance of knowledge and skills transferred to the work environment after learning has taken place. He also went on to mention the gaps that exist in that area, that there is hardly any application.
Letty, sorry to interrupt, I do apologize. Could you just turn your camera on, please? We can't see your face. No. We're just seeing a blank screen at the moment. That's it, perfect, thank you.
It's okay now?
Yes, it is, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So based on that statement, I just wanted to highlight to the participants that this is something that is of great concern to the CTO. We've been wondering why there is loss of skills and loss of knowledge after people have participated in the learning event. And that is why the CTO has decided to chart a new course, as the SG has always said it, charting a new course for the CTO. So ever since the SG came on board, we've had so many discussions, going back and forth, trying to come up with innovative ways and creative ways of making capacity building activities and programs, coming up with ways of making capacity building interventions impactful. So at this point in time, I'm pleased to inform you that the CTO is committed to ensuring that all of our capacity building activities and programs will make an impact, both at organizational level and national level. There was a statement made by another speaker, I think it was Lara, who indicated that capacity building is a national investment. And from the CTO standpoint, we are no longer going to provide capacity building for the sake of doing it, but we want to be able to measure impact. And we are going to make sure that capacity building programs contribute towards socioeconomic development. So in terms of lessons learned for the Program for Development and Training, commonly known as the PDT, there are several factors that the CTO will be considering going forward. Firstly, we endeavor to assist organizations to transform digitally, and that is through the provision of digital skills training at affordable prices. You may recall that the CTO has different membership categories, ranging from small islands, least developed countries, so on and so forth. And so regardless of the members' economic status or developmental status, the CTO seeks to ensure that members have access to learning programs at affordable rates. It is through the provision of the digital skills program that we will not only be addressing the skills deficiencies that exist in our member countries and organizations, but we will also be bridging the digital divide. In a nutshell, we'll be killing two birds with one stone. So what the CTO is going to do from here is ensuring that our members can consume and access learning content easily, and also making sure that our learning solutions are more engaging, interactive, and adopting. We are also going to adopt an integrative approach to capacity building. Secondly, considering how learning has evolved over the years, how people learned in the 18th and 19th century has changed dramatically. For us to remain relevant in the 21st century, we have to make sure that we embrace and integrate technology into our learning and development strategies, processes, and practices. We now have a generation that was born in the era of technology. And so how they learn is totally different from how you and I learned. Mr. Blanchard rightly said it, that if we fail to leverage on technology for the enhancement of capacity building programs, then we will stumble along the way. On the other hand, we have an explosion, we've seen an explosion in social media platforms in the likes of LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, just to name a few. And we all know that people spend most of their time in these platforms. And so this is where we need to avail our learning content and solutions. So the C2O will, in the near future, make sure that our learning content and learning solutions are accessible from these platforms. Thirdly, as HR practitioners, there is need for us to rethink measurement and evaluation of learning. Mr. Blanchard alluded to that earlier on. Considering the fact that learning delivery methods have changed, and even the way people learn or their styles of learning, we've seen a change in that. So we're going to have to rethink how we measure and evaluate the effectiveness of learning programs and solutions. Traditionally, we've always confined measurement and evaluation to course completion. But that narrative is now changing. On the other hand, we have tools that now allow for learners to dip in and out of the content anytime, anywhere. And again, these days, it is possible for a learner to acquire a skill without necessarily having to complete the entire course. And so the key question here is, how then do we measure and evaluate learning under the circumstances? Well, I'm hopeful that in the next forum, we will have answers to some of these questions. And last but not least, my advice to all HR professionals in this forum. We are all aware that the HR landscape has changed significantly, demanding for new skill sets and competencies. We can see that things are getting complicated and a little complex. And so as we focus on building competencies and capacity for our organizations, let us not neglect our own development, as reiterated by Dr. Jackie. Let's make sure that we empower ourselves, we upskill ourselves so that we are better placed to help our organizations navigate through the challenges and changes posited by the market environment. In conclusion, here at the CTO, we trust that you've all found the discussions meaningful and beneficial, and hopefully you will have something to take with you to your work environment. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for your attention. Over to you, Robert.